Yes, and here we are on the next bridge. This is called Central Avenue Bridge, built in 1910, but the road it carries is actually Harper Hay Road. So let's see what sort of views we can get of the Irk from here. Not easy on this side. Ah yes, you can see where the part that runs by the recreation field ends there, and that's North Manchester General Hospital up on the skyline. Let's see. I should get a better view on the other side. Yeah, more rubbish and bit of a pond here, and not a very nice section at all really. It looks to be fairly canalised at this point, so yeah, we'll move on, I think. Right, this is the next part of the River Irk where there is real public access. This is just beneath the gigantic red brick viaduct that carries the A6010 between Collyhurst and Cheetham Hill, and there is a path going alongside the river for a short distance, but then it crosses it and disappears off to the right. Simon is panicking because we just passed by an unsalubrious character, so we're not going to linger here. This is at the bottom of Queen's Park, which is one of the oldest public parks in Manchester, and we'll go back up to it to relative safety. Interesting building on the corner. I don't know what it was. If you know, now derelict, whether it was a pub or a hotel or hostel or whatever, I don't know. But
well, it was certainly used for some kind of hostel.
This is a very grand viaduct, and not the last one over the Irk, as we shall see. Okay, so we're now looking on towards Manchester from the top of the viaduct. You can see that footbridge, and then off to the right here we're now seeing the skyline of central Manchester, but near at hand there's another viaduct ahead. Yeah, we're skimming through this last bit of the Irk Valley, mainly because Martin Zero has covered it very comprehensively, so please go and look up his channel for all you need to know really about this part of the valley, the last bit going into the city centre. But it would be remiss not to stop here and just mention the Irk Valley Viaduct here, carrying the railway lines and the Metrolink over the valley. And it was here in 1953, I think it was, that there was a major rail disaster where an electric car from Bury went through a red signal and found itself with a goods train coming head on towards it. The two crashed, and obviously the diesel car the electric car got the worst of it, and the first carriage plunged down into the Irk. Or I don't think it actually fell into the river. I think it crashed onto a bank and overhung the river, but the driver and about a dozen passengers were killed, so that's still remembered as a piece of Manchester unfortunate history. Like I say, now we're getting very close to the centre of Manchester and Journey's End for the Irk. Later on, Curst Road hugs the River Irk quite closely, and it's certainly not very attractive at this point. And there's a bridge here which has now been fenced off. Well, it doesn't really look to go very far, but as you can see, the river is still wending its merry way. And we're just past Sand Hills, where there used to be absolutely no trace of it now. Pleasure gardens in the 17th century called Vauxhall Gardens, and Vauxhall Street marks were pretty much near the site of it. Don't know if there's been an accident here nearby with the flowers tied to the tree here. Well, yes, not a place to linger, I don't think. Right. Well, after coming onto this bridge of Scotland, as this area is known, we now see the last sighting of the River Irk above ground. So we just follow its curve around. Apparently they've been doing, you can see where they've been doing some drainage work at the other side. And some of the rock that it originally carved its way through. Yes. And after tumbling over this last weir, the River Irk disappears underneath Victoria Station. And as soon as it emerges from the tunnel, there is the River Irwell ready to swallow it up.
Here we are at the end of another series. This has been the River Irk with all the rivers. Now if you take a look here, you can probably get a view through the iron bars, that what we're looking at here is the River Irwell, which is joined by the River Irk in its old age. In fact, both of the rivers are in their old age now. This is close to the ending of both of them. Basically, a fellow exploration channel on YouTube called Martin Zero, you've probably heard of him if you watch this channel, has actually gone into that tunnel in a canoe. Now I can't say that I'm brave enough for that.
No,
anyway,
neither am I.
I'd like to say thank you very much for following the series if you have been following it since the beginning, and if you haven't been, first of all, get a life. Second of all, I recommend going back and watching the rest of it, because this river does have some incredibly nice moments to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been All the Rivers, the River Irk, signing off.
Next one, the Medlock.